Hello. Oh, I'm tired. Hi friends, how's it going? Just figuring out this lighting is gonna be interesting. Hi, how you doing? I have a different background now, and I don't even know if you guys have seen this, but I moved, and I'll touch more on that later. But I wanted to film this video. Hello, how am I even starting this without my intro? Hey everybody, I'm G. If you don't know me, I hope you're here to learn more about me. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope that you're having a great day. I am here to give you an update. I know that I told you guys I would try to keep you updated as much as I possibly could with breast reduction updates and kind of how that goes in the recovery process, because when I was going through it, or whenever I was looking for resources, there really weren't that many people that were talking about it online. And I feel like everybody talks about it the other way around, like the augmentation, but a reduction is also a surgery that a plastic surgeon does, that it's an aesthetic surgery, I guess, can be considered. And it's just something that I don't think there's too much information about in the general public for people. If it's something they're considering that they want to do, especially for me, the only thing I found was this one creator on TikTok. Her name is Nicole. I'll put her little TikTok feed right here. She was the only person I found on socials who had any sort of information on like reductions and the information that goes along with that. So I wanted to share my experience. So this video is going to be my 2-week update. It's actually funny because I'm 3 months post-op now, but I wrote down everything in my trusty old phone of the things that I was experiencing. And I still remember everything from the 2-week post-op visit. It's so clear and vivid in my head. And I'm here to share it with you guys. So let's just jump into the video. These videos will be a lot shorter, obviously, because I'm just giving you the update and what happened. So at my 2-week visit, I went in to see my surgeon, and I hadn't seen her since the day after surgery when she checked to make sure that everything was healing okay 24 hours post-op. And I was okay at the 2-week mark. I remember still feeling kind of sore, and I was really worried to be in the car. Like, I was really scared to like be riding around in a car and driving around. And I think that I personally got in a car probably far quicker than I should have. The day after surgery, my mom and I went to the mall because I had surgery in the middle of the summer and it was blazing hot, but my surgeon wanted me to go on walks every day because she said that it really helped with healing. And now looking back, I am glad that I did that, because I do feel like I healed a lot better and a lot quicker because I did as much exercise as my body would allow me to do in my recovery state. I was really scared to get in the car, and I actually ended up not popping a suture, but displacing a suture. So it kind of moved because I was in the car too quickly, and you know, roads aren't all even. And as you can probably guess, there was some bleeding that happened, but my surgeon was like, everything's fine, don't even worry about it. And I had tape underneath my boobs to kind of hold in where my skin was stitched underneath, if that makes sense. So I didn't have any external stitches, but they were all internal. My skin itself was like glued back together, if that makes sense. And then there were stitches internally. So she had tape underneath. The first thing she did when I went in at that 2-week was take the tape off, and that didn't hurt. It was such a relief when she took that off, because I was the itchy, like the amount of level of itch that I was experiencing was unbearable. That's kind of dramatic, but like I was itching like almost every hour of the day, and it was because that tape had been sitting there for 2 weeks and I couldn't take it off. So once she took that off, I felt so much relief. And then she obviously took out the stitches that were the most superficial, but that were internal on my boobies. So she cut on the side, she like pulled the stitch and cut, and then she pulled around your circle, the pepperoni. I can't say the other anatomical word or I'll get flagged, but she cut that. And after that, I really felt, how do I explain this? It felt like my skin was holding itself together, because before that I was relying on the stitch clearly. And after she had taken them out, I was like, oh wow, like those stitches were really doing their job. And I felt very, very vulnerable, I guess is the best way to put that. So that was probably the period of time that I'd say you need to be like the most careful, is after you get your stitches taken out, especially in terms of a reduction, because of the amount of stitches that you have. I know that with augmentations, you barely have any, so you don't really need to like worry about that. But with stitches, or with a reduction, you're basically like sewed back together, if that makes sense. And this is probably the time you need to be the most careful, probably like the week after you get your stitches out. Don't lift anything, don't pull any doors, don't squat too much, don't try to go to the bathroom and make a bunch of force, because that is when your yitties are probably the most susceptible to like any sort of opening. Just be careful. I took a full body shower the same day that I got my stitches out, like my first full body shower post-surgery. And I had to go so slow that I was in the shower for 45 minutes. I didn't even wash my hair. All I did was shave and wash my body. That was it. Like literally that was it. And I was in there for 45 minutes. Just be very careful with your body and take it slow. The best thing that I can remember, the piece of advice I was given, was to drink a lot of water, because it was gonna help a lot with healing. And I feel like looking back now, I'm glad I did that, because it really did help. It helped keep me hydrated, which allowed me to keep going on my walks every single day. And I was scared because I had heard everyone say like, you need to sit down, you need to just like not move. And I'm glad that I walked as much as I did, and I'm glad that I drank as much water as I did, because I truly think, looking back now, that was the best thing I could have done for myself. And I think I talked about it in my recovery favorites, but those bralettes for sleeping, I think they're Fruit of the Loom, the ones that hook right in the front. They're soft enough, but they're also, at least for nighttime, they're supportive enough to keep your yitties like close together, because you need like compression at night, especially that first week after you get those stitches out. Like I would probably keep sleeping in sports bras. If your surgeon says otherwise, I would probably keep sleeping in them. Yeah, that was probably the week I was most vulnerable, or like I was the most careful with my body, was the week after I got my stitches out. And then anywhere from there forward was truly just like natural healing. There's stuff that I have experienced post like the 2-week mark, if you will, and that's something that I will share with you guys in another video. But totally normal, nothing out of the ordinary. My surgeon even took a look at me recently at my 3-month visit, and she said that it looked great. And she actually cleared me for my scar treatment, so I'm really excited for that. Actually, I start this week, this Friday, so I'll vlog all of that and show you guys what it looks like. Not every surgeon does the laser treatments for your scars, but mine does. She includes that in her packaging fee, I guess, her package fee. I think she does like a session of like 3, I believe. 3 laser sessions, and from the results that she's had, all of her patients look incredible, so I'm so excited to start that. The last thing that I guess I will share with you guys about the 2-week post-op, just remember you're still really swollen, so your boobs don't look like what they're going to look like at the end. Even at month 3, she told me that I'm still a little swollen. So allow your body to heal and let your boobies fall to the natural place they're going to be. I know it's disheartening when you go in for a reduction and then you're like, did you even take anything out? But remember that your body's just been like moved around. So it's gotta come back down. It's gotta, you know, de-inflammate, if you will. Ice packs were my best friends, because I did experience like a little bit of swelling after those stitches come out, probably because my body was healing itself. So truly that 2-week was probably the roughest. Like that was probably like the point where my body was starting to just naturally heal by itself, but I still had to be very careful. Anyway, that's my update for you guys. And I was given a gel, like a scar gel, to start putting on my body every single day, twice a day. So if your surgeon doesn't tell you anything about that, make sure to ask about what you can be using for your scars after that 2-week visit, because that's when your scar healing is really going to begin and it's really going to take form. So you have to make sure you're taking care of those every single day. You can't just let those scar up, because sometimes they can heal a little bit darker, and there are things that you can do. Just make sure to ask your surgeon, but that's really it. So make sure you're drinking water, make sure you're going on walks, take care of those little scars, and be careful with your body after that 2-week visit when you get your stitches out, at least for 1 week. Just be really careful. But that's the update on that. I hope that helped. And also magnesium can help a lot with bruising. After this 2-week, you can take, I think you can start taking magnesium after the 2 weeks, and it helped a lot with my bruising. So I hope this video helped you guys out. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Go follow me on Instagram, on TikTok. I'm posting on those all the time. And I hope something good happens to you after you watch this video. I love you so much, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.